Hello everyone, welcome to Start Tech. In today's video, we are going to discuss about medallion architecture and what are all the interview questions being asked and how you can ace the interview. And these are the content which we are going to discuss for today for this topic. So let's get started. So what is a medallion architecture? So this question can be asked directly to you as is or maybe in an indirect way. How they can ask this question in indirect way, we'll see in the upcoming slides. So, what is medallion architecture? When this question comes to you, you must understand how your current project is. So, I don't know about your project, but as an interviewer, I am just trying to understand if you can relate what medallion architecture is with your current project. Okay, so you can answer the question in that way that yes, currently I'm implementing medallion architecture in my current project, and supposingly, if you're reading some data from click streams using Kafka or maybe Kinesis and then loading it into a raw layer as is and cleaning it out using some filtered operation over it, performing filtering over it, and storing it into cleanse layer, and then using that cleanse layer data and then performing some aggregations over it, which is then sent to an maybe Athena table, which is only that Athena specific table is exposed to the outside world for data for the BI people to share it into a dashboard or something like that. So your answer should consist of these things. So, and what exactly medallion architecture is, that can be covered in this answer itself. So that could be an answer in a better and in a practical perspective. So yeah, so this can be your answer to it. This is the diagram which I'm taken from the Databricks site itself. So it explains the same way how the data processes it and how it is exposed finally to the BI people. So this is the answer which I mentioned, how you can answer this question in a more practical manner. So, what are the pros and cons considering that what is medallion architecture you know now? And so, what can be its pros? So, here we have a separation for all the concerns like raw layer, cleanse layer, business rule. Then it's easy to debug and audit. This can be advantage. Suppose your BI people says that I don't have this particular data in my final layer. Why this sales for this region is missing? Suppose US region or Canada region, why is it missing? So you can easily debug it. How you can debug is saying that this particular product ID does not came into my raw layer itself. So how we can uh, give the sales for it. So this is how you can debug. So this makes it easy for such complex scenarios. So it scales well with the modern data lake like Delta Lake, Glue with Spark. It can be reusable once you define like how you want to store the data into a raw layer, into a cleanse layer. You can use it for other other regions data as well. So these are benefit of using data. So using medallion architecture. So cons maybe, so data is duplicated, but as I mentioned previously, it can be used for debugging and understanding the data. So that you can mention does does not replaces dimensioning modeling techniques. So even if you are using medallion architecture, you have to define the dimensions and modeling techniques which you want to use for your final data mart product which you are exposing to BI, Power BI applications. Often required additional downstream processing. Like you are exposing your final table to the downstream, but it requires some processing, so it does not impact there. Implies data lake house architecture. So yeah, so this can be an con to it. So as I mentioned earlier, this question can be asked you in an multiple ways. So these are the kind of questions you can get in regarding this. So we'll see how you can answer this question. So first question, what is medallion architecture and real world example? Here you can explain in simple words how you can how you're using it, like raw layer, the cleanse layer and final data mart layer, and explaining it. So this is covered. Then what are the trade-offs on medallion architecture and using medallion architecture? Here you can mention the pros and cons and why it is beneficial and so on and so forth. And how do you implement incremental data loading in a medallion setup? So here you can mention, like, you can use last updated timestamp and event timestamp, and you are using spark merge operations or upsert logic to apply the changes. So this you can answer in that way. What are the challenges did you face in medallion architecture in medallion layering in an cloud data lake architect in a cloud data lake? So here you can mention what are all the challenges you faced. So some of the challenges I'm describing here. So maybe schema drift in the bronze layer due to upstream challenges, like you have new fields in the JSON. So your schema may fail if you are defining the table and you are receiving some new fields, then that may be a problem which you faced and how you solved it. So that uh, can be a scenario. Then maybe a small file problem, or you face some data skewness issues that you can mention. Then some late arriving data that you can mention. And sometimes you want only sometimes user want to see silver layer data as well, so there it may involve IAM roles for that particular table to provide access and IAM policies. So here you are also describing the problem and also the solution, how you can solve this question, and interviewer can be impressed with your answers, that you are aware of IAM roles and policies. So yeah, so these can be asked in direct question. So yeah, in summary, if you see, medallion architecture is not a buzzword; it is used in the industry, and it's a very powerful design pattern. Demonstrate understanding of data quality, performance, orchestration, and business logic separation, and use terms like you can use the terms like it's a layer data lake house or incremental pipeline or delta lake asset support, or you can use glue with AWS and airflow while designing your answer for the question of what is medallion architecture. So yeah, thank you for to be uh, to be with me till the end. Please let me know in the comments if you have any more questions or any topic you want me to cover. Thank you very much. Bye bye.